you need is love, love.
All you need is love.
I don't know the rest of the song.
All you need is love. I don't know why that's in my head today.
Me neither. I've been singing it since this morning. I think that you started it.
I did.
You did. I don't know what.
Think.
Hold on. I don't know why you started or when you started it, but I recognize that I started it.
I think I started it.
Yeah.
I have that look like I'm constipated right now because I felt it. I felt it in my face. I'm like,
are you feeling constipated, Brian? Are you feeling constipated today?
No, because I did 3 poos this morning. Thank you, Dr. Mark Testa.
And threw off our entire morning schedule.
How much poo can one man have in his belly?
Oh my gosh. You gotta love a day that starts with talking about
Right?
Brian's
Good morning. Well, because poop is awesome.
Well, yeah.
I think poop is awesome. I could talk about poop for the entire morning show.
You absolutely could.
Welcome. By the way, this is all about the 3 things you have in common with every millionaire. Mm-hmm. And how you're going to use those 3 things to create more wealth and happiness in your life. Now, wow, hold on.
Why are you pointing your pen at me?
There's a 4th thing.
That I don't even know about?
Yeah, I thought of it while I was in the shower.
Oh!
So you're going to get a bonus today.
Bonus?
And I want to contextualize this show. Why? What's the point of this show?
What's the point of the show, Brian?
Are you ready? Ask me again.
What's the point of the show, Brian?
Here's the point of the show, okay? People go to massive conferences.
Yes.
And they sit amongst very wealthy, very intelligent, very insightful people.
Yes.
And then they come home to their tribe. Mm-hmm. And they tell their tribe all about the insider secrets.
Yeah.
Okay? But the insider secrets are nonsense to most tribes. Mm-hmm. Because the perspective match is off.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
So what we wanted to do is say, look, you know what? We were sitting in a room with a bunch of gabazillionaires.
Gabazillionaires.
And instead of telling you how epic they are, we're going to tell you how they're exactly like you.
Yeah.
In every way.
Which makes you epic as well.
Which makes you epic as well and perfectly capable of achieving what they've achieved.
Yeah,
I think our stance on this is way better than everybody else's fucking stance.
I agree.
It's mic drop.
I agree.
Who's with us?
Good morning, Lee, Christine, Karen, Louise.
Oh, Kristen Mahone Johnson's here. Yeah.
Kristen Mahone Johnson, Lisa Arsenault, Kelly Nicole,
So
Connie
many people.
Blankenship, Ruth Goodwin is watching.
Yes.
Can I tell a story?
Yeah, I have something to say first.
Okay, you go first.
It's more important than your story.
Okay.
Our very own Carrie Campbell. From Brian and Carrie in the morning. And we are only 3 months old as a live stream. Has been nominated by PTZ Optics as the best female live stream host on the planet.
It is worldwide.
It's a worldwide.
It is a worldwide thing.
It's the equivalent of like the Grammys or the Oscars.
Yeah.
For what we do,
Yeah.
which is live streaming. And if you don't know, live streaming is like everywhere.
It is.
So this is not like a small cluster of people, all of whom are nerds.
Yeah.
Right? And talking. This is like a worldwide, massive extravaganza of people who live stream every single day. And our Carrie Campbell got nominated as best female host of a live stream show. And I'm not done with my accolades.
Okay.
And I think that's awesome, not just because she's my wife and my best friend and my soulmate and my twin flame, but because it's so well deserved.
Thank you.
It's so real. Is it not real? Can I get a what's up from the crew? This is a woman who sits here every single day as a mom, as a entrepreneur, as a wife, but sits in the pocket for an hour every day and delivers epic shit.
Thank you, Bubby.
So we are going to give our tribe all the details of when you can vote.
Yeah.
For Carrie Campbell to win.
We're going to go on a campaign together.
And I am going to nominate myself, Brian Sakowicz, to be in charge of that campaign. Because that motherfucker gets shit done.
Oh my gosh! Brian Sakowicz sent me a picture of him wearing a captain's hat this morning.
PTZ Optics nominated Carrie Campbell.
Thank you.
As best female live stream host.
Thank you, Bubby. Can I say something about that? Is it my turn now?
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you for your kind words.
Yes.
But more than that,
look at all the hearts.
I would be nothing, in my opinion, without you.
Oh.
Because this is we're in this together, And that's where the energy and the vibe comes from.
Yeah.
And one second.
Okay.
And I also want to reach out to the crew. Thank the crew because you guys are the ones who show up every day with us and make it fun and energizing. So.
It's out for us.
Yes.
I want to change your words because I know you meant it very differently, and I want to kind of just. You would not be nothing without me. You'd be everything without me. And I would be everything without you.
Yeah.
What makes Brian and Carrie in the Morning so special is that we take somebody who is so self-assured and so self-confident and so herself, and we combine that with a guy who is so self-assured and so self-confident and so himself, and that's where the magic is stowed.
I agree.
It's not
that's
that,
what I meant, and you know that.
Of course, I am qualifying for the tribe.
Yeah. Brian explained my words so much better because he's kind of a word guy.
Kelly Goldowski, yes, she says congratulations,
Thank
Carrie.
you.
And Dr. Mark Testa just joined, and he should hear that our entire morning time today got thrown off because I had to do 3 poops. Anyway, Steve Montefinesse is here. Jeff Patton is here. I agree with Mother Nature, who, a.k.a. Connie, who says well deserved. Moose picture. Notice Dr. Testa says hello to the moose picture, but ignores the commentary about my 3 bowel movements this morning. Anyways.
So my announcement isn't nearly as exciting as yours.
My announcement was the best.
Yours was the best.
Yes.
Mine has nothing to do with anything like that. It has everything to do with just me sharing with you what I'm experiencing at this moment.
Yeah.
So I got dressed this morning, and I am so uncomfortable right now. This was a great wardrobe choice.
Yeah, you look great.
But now I'm like sitting here and I'm thinking, gosh, I didn't plan that one out because I can't really move. So.
Well, I gotta say this. First of all, it's a beautiful bustier.
Could you say that one more time?
It's a beautiful bustier.
Merci mon chéri.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Mon cher.
Ouais,
Ma chère.
ouais, c'est ça, je sais. But I don't think I'm alone right now in TV land, in the tribe of Brian and Carrie in the Morning, who says, if you're uncomfortable, sister, take it off.
There's nothing underneath.
And I would like to restate that I am likely not in the minority in TV land of people saying, if you're comfortable, sister, take it off.
Well, lesson learned.
Am I wrong?
Is clearly what I'm going to say.
Am I wrong?
Lesson learned.
I want to know someone tell me no, I'm wrong. Good morning, Michelle Adams. Steve Montefinesse says, same here, Brian. I think Steve had 3 poops today as well.
Oh, really?
Just a reminder, today's show, the 3 things you have in common with every single millionaire on the planet, and how to use those 3 things to create more wealth, happiness, love, everything in your life.
Yes.
And I want to dissect that one more time.
Let's do it.
We did not go to Genius Network in a room of gazillionaires.
Gazillionaires.
Right? And take all, we're not extracting all of their amazing points and delivering them to you because their perspective shift is off. Like you guys, we're all here, they're all there. It's not that they're higher than anybody else. They just have a different perspective on possibility.
Right.
But instead of doing that, which I think is stupid, we are going to give you how you are in common with them.
Yes.
And how everything they've achieved is well within your capacity.
Yeah, and Christine Basista actually commented on the post that we put up earlier this morning. She's like, we have similar stories. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. Just
100%.
Tune into the show.
Exactly.
And I love that you have got our tribe right now conspiring to have me take off my top. What is wrong with you people?
Free the tats.
The tatas.
BG is not wrong. Take it off, take it off. Jeff Taylor says not wrong. Mona is now Muna again.
Yes, I'm happy that you're Muna again.
Yeah, but you keep confusing the fuck out of me.
I'm good.
Papa Draps is here. Christine Basista says she's listening. I think what she means is she's watching because she wants you to take off your top.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I wrote this down. Jeff Taylor.
Yeah.
Jeff Taylor commented a few comments back saying that he's like, can't wait for us to go to podcast form. He was like, he's really excited about that.
It's coming, actually.
It's coming. We had a wonderful conversation with
Paul Colgan,
the king of podcasts.
Yeah, Paul Colgan.
And we're going
super nice guy.
So, yeah.
Super nice guy. So Jeff, is it Jeff you said?
Jeff
Jeff.
Taylor,
It is coming. Don't things take a little longer in practicality than we always want them to, but it's coming very soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Michael Hedke. Welcome back to the show.
Right. Steve Montefinesse shows a picture. That's fucking fantastic. There's boobs with nipples. Very nice. Love you guys. I love you guys too, Michael Hedke.
I saw Michael comment yesterday.
Cynthia says you have a beautiful body. Cynthia is not wrong.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Elsie Lyons is in the house.
Welcome, Elsie Lonis.
I love him. I have love for him.
I'm gonna climb up on one day and give him a hug.
Me too.
Next.
Me too.
I'm gonna pay to watch Brian climb a man.
I'm gonna do it. Is that weird?
I think
we have about 19 seconds left in our pre-show.
Yeah.
That went by fast.
Hey, you know what the
PTZ Optics nominated our own Carrie Campbell as best female live stream host on the planet. Suck it. That's awesome. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Well, I guess what? I guess it's time to get going.
It is time to get going.
Hey, Crew Nation, let's eliminate your limits. I can't tell if Kristen Mahone is it Kristen Mahone. I was telling Nicole who says she'd pay to see that if she means she'd pay to see you take off your bustier or me to climb a man. You could qualify.
I want to know as well.
But anyways, welcome to Brian and Carrie in the Morning. We are live from the very rainy and dreary Mount Tremblant, Quebec. We are live 5 mornings a week, Monday through Friday. We start at 10 a.m. Eastern. But you should get here at 9:50 because that is when our pre-show starts, and that is when we first announce that our very own Carrie Campbell has been nominated by PTZ Optics as the best female live stream host on the planet. And we try to convince her to get naked. Both of those things happen in our pre-show today.
The number of times we talk about that, me getting naked on this show, I'm telling you.
Right? By the way, today's show, speaking of the show, the 3 things you have in common with every single millionaire on the planet.
Yes.
And how to use those 3 things to create more wealth and happiness in your life. How many shares do you want today?
Are you ready, people?
We're getting some money.
Hold on. 1 second, I wasn't ready for that.
Well, because I was going to go with the share now.
I know, but I want to see 70. I want 70 shares.
Well, let's get this shared out into the news stream right now because this is a big topic, aside from a big celebration episode. Yeah. Because PTZ Optics nominated our own Carrie Campbell as best live stream host female on the planet. So it's a big episode. But today's topic, the 3 things you have in common with every millionaire and how you use that shit to do more epic shit.
This is going to be a barn burner. I use Brian's term.
Aren't you?
But no, this is going to be a barn burner. You know why? Because I think that so many people are, like, you're sitting there right now going, man, you know what? I don't know what I have in common with a bazillionaire, millionaire. But you know what? This is going to really shed some light, I think, of awareness in your world because of the way that we perceive ourselves versus others in general, let alone millionaires, multimillionaires.
Agreed. Right? I agree. And I want to, Brian Sackwich, if you're out there, let's get a share count on this. We can start. And as always, when we begin Brian and Carrie in the Morning, because our crew's the best. Where my crew at?
Crew. See what I did there?
That was great. Okay. Context.
Let's do it.
Context is king, right? Why are we doing this? Why are we saying these are the 3 things you have in common with every single millionaire? Are we saying because you should want to go and make millions of dollars? Well, no, we're not saying that. Are we saying that you should some way, somehow go and buy a yacht and or a Tesla? Right. And or a big mansion. No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that money is the end-all be-all. We're not saying any of those things. But we are saying this. If Brian and Carrie in the Morning is about anything, it's about helping you eliminate the limits that are holding you back. And more than you want to admit right now, perhaps more you ever want to admit even to yourself, money is a massive mind fuck for you. Yeah. You never think you have enough of it. You don't know where you'd get more. You'd love to have massive impact in the world, but you've kind of associated finance as part of all of that, right? So we wanted to open up the vault, so to speak, and show you 27 gazabazillionaires were in a room with us for 2 days at Joe Polish's Genius Network. Yeah. And you know what we did? We extracted how you and them are exactly the same. Yeah. That way your perspective can maybe come back to earth. Yes. And into reality. And you realize that whether your desire is more money, financial freedom, having a bigger impact in the world, or you have a bad perspective at large of what it takes to make money. Right. These 3, now 4, because I've added a bonus. These things are going to change all that. Yeah, you know, and I want to say, I'm reading the comments here, right? And I love that, you know, some people are chiming in and saying, oh, they poop too. And Steve, I know you were being funny, but they're just people too. You know, we're seeing kind of all the, I want to say what's the common conversation that you might hear in a public forum. Right. So, you know, as always with Brian and Carrie in the morning, what we're talking about is that deeper layer, right? We're talking about the layer that goes on in your head when you're not circled in a conversation with friends or family, right? Because I think that we're all, millionaires are people too, but what is the unconscious story that's going on? Okay, right? The unconscious story. I'm gonna take an example here. Kristen Mahone Johnson. Millionaires are just people with lots of money and lots of problems. why do we assume they have lots of problems?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying they don't have problems, but do you see the language of that?
Yes. Right.
It's almost, and Chris Mahone Johnson, maybe this isn't for you, but it's for a lot of people. Do you know how many people say out loud, well, I'd never want to be a millionaire because the more money you have, the more problems you have?
Sure.
That's bullshit.
Sure.
That is an absolute unconscious bullshit story that you are telling yourself because of your fear of being able to go and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to qualify, like I said, maybe that's got nothing to do with what Chris Mahone Johnson said. But I disagree fundamentally that millionaires have lots of problems. Yeah. They have no more, no less, no different problems than anybody else. And that's an example of what we're talking about.
Absolutely. I mean, which leads to the whole point of like not ever claiming anything to be absolutely true,
yes,
right? Like
right.
when we draw upon conclusions that we hold as firm and fixed statements, we box ourselves into that line of thinking.
Exactly.
Right? And you know, like, and Kristen, yeah, we know.
Oh, we know you're being cheeky. We know
but
you.
We
know you.
My favorite thing is when one of you in the crew chimes in with a comment that maybe was cheeky, right? But that allows us kind of to extrapolate on the whole point and able to broaden the understanding, because there are people who are watching right now, and feel free to be one of them to chime in and say, you know what, put your hand up and say, that was me. There are people who have massive dreams insofar as their business, and massive stories that go with it, and see the millionaire, see the uber successful, and think that's never going to be me.
Two examples back to back. Kelly Nicole. I think a lot of that is said because the more money someone has, the more people they have asking them for money. Yeah. Okay, but we have lots of money, and I don't remember anyone asking us for money.
Sure.
I mean, think of the story.
Yeah.
Do you not recognize, everybody, how much that is an unconscious limit that you're putting around yourself? Every single time you say anything related to what the bad of having money is, it's a limit for no reason. But the next comment, the very next comment is Diane. By the way, hello, Diane. I miss her.
I know.
She wrote, come on, I would love to be a millionaire. Okay, but so become one.
Right.
Right? Like, that's the point. Money is an amazingly powerful topic. We love it. We hate it. We don't love to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we're going to call out some shit today.
Yeah.
And say, guys, like, look at your own language. Look at how you're deciding to characterize what a millionaire is with lots of problems. Oh, people hassle them for money. Oh, I wish I was a millionaire. Become one. I mean, am I making the point clear on this?
And I'm going to say this because I think it's important to say this right now. So sometimes when we say things like that, the potential of your ego, aka bound nature, for those of you who know what it is, flaring up and getting defensive and saying, oh, no, Brian and Carrie, that's not what I meant. Not me, right? Like, so you got to remember right now that we're not talking to one of you. We're not talking to any of you. We're talking to all of you.
Absolutely.
And where this applies in your life for you. Our purpose is not to counter the statement that you might have said, thinking that your statement was even absolute truth. What we're doing and bringing this into light for is so that you have an understanding that there is a deeper story that goes on. Yeah. And for those of you who are listening who have it, we're going to peel it back.
Absolutely. And Chris Mahone Johnson, Kelly Nicole, Diane, and I'm going to talk about Lee Patterson right now. Your comments, I want to add, we might not be talking about you. You get to decide that for yourself.
Of course.
We just want to have a big mirror held up because the comment Kelly Nicole makes might be something Michael Hedke's feeling.
Yeah.
And my response to Kelly Nicole makes Michael Hedke go, holy fuck, I do that.
Yes.
And he's right.
It's the beauty of the conversation.
Here's another one. Lee Patterson, I feel like a millionaire. I have enough money to get by, and I am so much happier than I was when I was still evolving. I don't want for anything else, okay? But why does making money or having lots of it mean you want anything else? You know who is one of my financial heroes? Warren Buffett. Do you want to know why? Do you know what everybody knows about Warren Buffett? He's a billionaire. Right. That's what everybody knows about Warren Buffett. Sure. Do you want to know what nobody knows about about Warren Buffett? He gives between $500 to $750 million a year away to fund schools, entrepreneurs, women's shelters. Nobody talks about that.
Right.
All we know is that Warren Buffett's a billionaire.
Right.
We don't recognize the other side of it. Anybody know that Andrew Carnegie died broke? One of the richest men in American history died broke. You want to know why? He gave his cash away. He actually went on record to say, I want to spend the first half of my life making all the money I can so I can spend the last half of my life giving it all away, which is what he did. Okay? So money is not everything. Money doesn't mean you want more materialism for you. Would there be more freedom?
Yeah.
Would you be able to have a greater impact, build schools in Africa, contribute to your local charities? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm asking you to question it.
Yeah.
We're not asking you to say you're right or wrong or that our assessment is right or wrong on your story. We're asking you to question your story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's important.
You know, and I think that you just hit on a really powerful point for me that's really important. What does money mean to you?
Yes.
Right? I think that that's one of those things that so few people actually ask themselves that question, and that's what leads to a lot of people having story in money and fear of money, thinking you don't want any more money, you don't need any more money, but what does money mean to you?
Yeah.
And it's not, it not only is it not, but it shouldn't mean the same thing to all of us.
Right.
There should be a different representation of that money for each of us because we are all individual people with, individual desires and passions and pursuits.
Right.
Right? So yeah.
Exactly.
This
is a really fundamentally interesting topic for me at all times.
Yeah.
I read somebody's comment. I didn't see who it was. Said, well, millionaires have fundamental skills that they've developed that maybe we don't. Very legitimate point. I've known probably 400, 500, 600 millionaires in my life because of the circles I've walked in. I've never known one of them to be skillful at making money. Do you know what the difference is? Their brains, the way they perceive the story.
Yeah.
They don't get caught in any of the traps related to what money means. That it means I have to want more things, and if I don't want more things, they don't get caught into any traps.
Yep.
They live in that abundance, that spiritual abundance that everybody who doesn't have money talks about all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what abundance means. It means that love, wealth, happiness, it all flows when we are removed from the bottleneck of the energy that we are creating to stop it from flowing.
Yeah.
So this is much more of a metaphysical conversation than it is overt skills or overt luck or overt decision and everything else. It's got a lot to do with that mindset and the spirituality underneath it.
Yeah, and I'm going to add, and then we're going to get to the 4 things, or the 3+ bullets.
Whatever, this conversation's awesome.
But, the thing that I want to add is, can I just say, we're also saying you don't need to be millionaires.
No,
look,
of course not.
We're not sitting here telling you what your financial goals in life should be.
Yeah.
But what we are telling you is you should understand the drivers behind those financial goals.
Right.
Are you sitting there right now saying, I don't need millions of dollars, because somewhere deeply in your unconscious, the story is telling you, you know what, I can't really make that.
Right.
But we end up painting this really beautiful story around it, like, oh, I don't need material things. I want to be free. I want this. I want that, right? I mean, way back when in our past, we can relate to that, right?
Pause and listen to that.
So yeah.
That's why we're asking you to examine the driver of why you're saying we can relate to that.
Yeah.
We used to paint the rosiest fucking picture, didn't we?
did.
Well, we are minimalists, we said. We don't want for anything else. We're comfortable. Our life is about raising these beautiful kids, being in love. If you have lots of money, you don't have lots of love. Everybody knows that. That's the picture we painted.
Yeah.
The truth, what was your truth? What was the real truth of your driver? I know mine.
Well, I can tell you my driver wasn't financial. My driver was the fact that I was a people pleaser. So I was falling in line with some of the stories that you had back then, right? So I wasn't seeking my own driver. I was just kind of people pleasing to where we were.
Do you know what my driver was?
Yeah.
That I'm not good enough to make that much money. That I'm not skillful enough. I don't have enough good things to say. No one would care what I had to say. I don't, and I would paint the hate picture. Well, I don't care enough about money. Okay, those guys that's all they care about is money. They just want to sit down on their desks and learn how to make money, then make money. Okay, that's not me. I want to go and live in the sun. I want to go for hikes.
Yeah.
Right? That's the bullshit I would paint. And it was effective because I bought my own story.
Yeah, because we had no idea like 7 years ago.
This is a diving deep kind of episode, right? Because we are asking you to examine your language big time and what is driving that language. Yeah. We're not accusing you of having drivers you don't recognize. We're asking you to seriously consider them, though, because I've painted rosy pictures too, but they were a beautiful image covering a sincere hate. And LC, I saw this really down here. Where is it? LC. I can't. Where is it? He had a great comment. I want to read it because it was beautiful.
Yeah,
your mind will never let you grow what you outwardly claim to hate. So stop hating on rich people like you know them.
Right.
And you know their problems, and you know their insecurities, and you know that all they want is material wealth.
Right.
Do you want to know something very interesting? I can say fundamentally. Okay, so we're going to give you the 3 things you have in common, but I want to just dive into a couple of things you don't have in common with millionaires, and that's a big issue, okay? You know what most people, not everybody, most people think millionaires care most about? Money.
Right.
Do you want to know my experience? It's the thing they care least about.
I couldn't agree more with
They
that.
care about having an impact.
Yeah.
They care about expanding and changing things. They are revolutionaries who don't want it to be done the exact same way.
Yes.
They want to say, look, this is nonsense. Let's go over here. That is the one mindset difference that I think most people have differently than millionaires.
I agree.
We tend to stress about money and hate on the people who have it. And think that that's all they care about.
Yeah.
They love money, but they don't get out of bed to make it. It's not their major priority.
You know what?
Would you agree with that in your experiences?
I love all of that.
Think about so many people we know.
You're
you know?
absolutely right on that. And so I actually want to circle back to where you started on that, because I think that there's something really valuable in there. You know, you started that off by saying that we were minimalists and no, right?
Yeah.
You were talking about that then. But here's a little interesting thing for you to know, and you all know this. We're still minimalists.
Yes.
That has not changed. But
absolutely.
What has changed? So here's like the big ba-ba-ba-ba, and hi, Crystal Malari.
Yes! I saw it just now.
The big ba-ba-ba-ba is that what changed? Our driver changed. We were able to look at the things, okay, like, are we being minimalistic in this area because of fear and scarcity?
Yeah.
Or is it because it's a true alignment of what we want? Yeah. And in having those conversations and understanding that and, stepping out of the story, what we were able to identify was where we want to be minimalistic and where we don't. And it changed everything.
I agree. Check the volume. I'm getting a comment here, too, that the volume is low.
You know what, guys? I'm actually really sorry about that. The volume peaked too high, and then I adjusted it. So
we're back.
We're just going to have just flow with me if that happens. Okay?
Absolutely. I love Lisa Arsenault, by the way, who's already quoting our yesterday point. Review where you're going, count your wins along the way, imagine all the glory, and be mindful of what you say. Good girl. We're going to do that every single show.
I did.
By the way, this is a great example. Be mindful of what you say.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that what you're saying is wrong. It doesn't mean that Lee Patterson's sitting there right now saying, I'm comfortable and I don't want for anything else. We're not saying that, she's got a money story.
Right.
What we're asking you to consider is what's driving that statement.
Exactly.
If the statement is authentic and real, great. But you know what? Spend some time with it.
Yes.
And just recognize that maybe, just maybe, there's a story of lack underneath there. There was for us.
And can I add to that?
Yes.
We're on the adding bandwagon today. I want to add to that don't think that the first conversation you have with yourself about that is going to yield the absolute answer.
Absolutely.
Because there's one thing that we've learned is those answers unfold over time.
Oh, yeah.
Layers come off.
Absolutely.
6 months down the road, and you're like, oh, you know what? Now I'm aware of that as well.
100%
So just some
yes.
food for thought.
God, that was fun.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
I love talking about language and stories.
I mean, that's why we do what we do, right?
It really is the most important thing, right? So if we've earned it so far, and we're going to earn it again, we haven't even gotten to our 3 things yet. Share this out right now. We're looking for 70 shares today, and you can help us with that, my dear friends, my dear family. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just want to tell you that I've already got the comment of the day.
Oh, who is it?
It's Tiffany Maxim, and I'm not even going to tell you till the end. We have a little surprise at the end of the show for
Tiffany Maxim, hang on to this line. Because the PTZ Optics nominee for best female live show host in the world has got a surprise for you.
Should we? Badass. Who wants to hear the 3 things?
I do. Let's get a cascade of hearts going if we could. And then I'll kick us off with the first thing. I'm waiting for the cascade of hearts.
Did everybody hear my cascade of hearts?
I did. I want to hear it again, though.
There we go. More hearts!
I'm just looking at the monitor and laughing right now because you're funny. Okay. Here's number 1. Everybody hold your hands up.
Numero uno.
Number 1. Okay. I have known a lot of millionaires. I've had a lot of very successful business owners in my life, in my circle of influence over my life. And you and I belong to the Genius Network, where basically everybody's a gazillionaire, right? So you know what the common trait I saw was? And this is a language piece that so many people who don't have money often go to. I have not met one. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Of course it exists. But you know what the problem is? People who don't have money find the outliers.
Yep.
They find the couple of people who sit outside the norm
Yes.
and point to them and say, see?
Absolutely.
But they're not the example, they're the exception.
Yep.
So you want to can I give you the example? Not one of the millionaires I know was born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Like,
not one.
not one.
These are regular
Yeah.
people. These are regular people from blue collar families. These are not historically trust fund baby, and we love to tell that fucking story.
Everybody was a trust fund baby.
Everybody, we love to find the outliers. Okay, there's like 4,000 millionaires in the United States of America. That's hypothetical. We're gonna go and find the 12.
Yeah.
We're gonna go find the 12 who were born into money and say, see, Brian and Carrie, you're wrong. Well, how about the 3,988 that were absolutely not born with silver spoons in their mouths?
Yep.
That is the number one thing most likely we all have in common with every millionaire I've known.
Yeah.
We come from regular stock.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing money in my background or yours or anybody else that I've met at that level.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this is such a powerful point because I think you were absolutely right. Like everybody has this, a lot of people have this expectation that they were all kind of grandfathered into the financial life that they have, right? But can I, and you know, this weekend we got into some interesting conversations with people.
We sure
you
did.
know, knowing their story. You know, Joe Polish himself, like his story is just remarkable when you hear it, right?
Is unbelievable.
I'm also thinking of Dave, the CEO that we met, and you know,
Which one was that? Oh, of course,
he was
yeah.
dressed immaculately. That's
Yeah.
how I remember him.
Yeah.
But his story was so profound. And, you know, when I think back to it, and like, let me say it. So my grandfather died a millionaire,
Yes.
right? But he did not have money growing up.
Right.
At all.
Yep.
Okay? Can I tell you the 4 things that come to my mind when I think about these people that we've talked about? What they all did, what they all seem to be, quote unquote, born with or born into?
Yep.
Persistence.
Yes.
Ambition.
Yes.
Hard work. And determination.
And a mindset.
And a mindset, right?
That is the basis. Take away that, nothing else works.
My grandfather, from the time that I was little, drove into me the value of hard work.
Yes.
And that you never give up. You keep going, And whether
Persistence is king.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I just wanted to add that.
I agree. And, you know, it's just, maybe people watching right now are not like blown away by that one. Because like, oh, well, I already knew that. But most people don't. They use it as a story more than you realize. Hell, more than they realize.
Yes.
They use that as a story.
Yes.
So we're not talking about trust fund babies.
Exactly.
So I want to, Joe Polish.
Yeah.
Joe Polish was dead broke.
Oh yeah.
Dirty dead broke.
Yeah.
30 years ago. Okay? He was a carpet cleaner. He was a carpet cleaner.
Yeah.
You called the guy because your baby pooed on the carpet. Joe Polish, who has made tens of millions of dollars in the last 30 years, was the guy 1-800 my baby pooed on the carpet. That was Joe Polish. Right? And because he is such a beautiful man, he shares the story.
Yeah.
He decided to start investing in himself, learning how to translate this whole carpet cleaning thing into more money. So that's when he realized, well, he could maybe pay a staff. He'd lose some money in the beginning because he'd make less money because he'd have to pay people, but he could do twice as many homes in one day.
Yeah.
He thought that was a multiplier.
Right.
And then when that worked, he started teaching other carpet cleaning companies how they could make more money as well. That was his start. Fucking carpet cleaning.
Yeah.
Like, I think that metaphor knocks me down.
It does.
It knocks me down.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the richest guys I've ever met in my entire life. And he started cleaning up baby puke from carpets.
Yeah. You know,
It's a stunning metaphor.
There's an interesting nuance within that story as well.
Yeah.
And Joe's Polish, I mean, you know, we talked before about like what people do with their money, right? Like
Right.
he's in the process right now of he has this big organization founded for addiction.
Artists for Addicts.
Artists for Addicts,
Yeah.
because he speaks out about his own addiction. He had massive addiction issues
Yes.
in his life that were, you know, these like obviously these big like divots in the road as he was trying to find success, right?
Right.
So that also rids us of excuses.
It
right?
does.
It really does. Like, let's be honest about that.
When you're broke and an addict, that's as bad as it gets in terms of starting off.
Exactly.
Learning to make money.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, silver spoon.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Anybody want to admit to the fact that you kind of held that story either presently or in the past?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
I'd
If anybody
be
wants
curious,
to be
like-
vulnerable and share that.
And we would do nothing but applaud.
Of course.
Say, that's awesome of you to actually say that. And want to know why?
Yeah.
Because I read a stat once that like the majority of the people surveyed who were not massive money earners, that is a story they had.
Yeah.
It was an anonymous survey. So the numbers were very blunt, and yet nobody wants to admit it.
Kudos to Lee Patterson.
Lee Patterson,
Because Lee
good
Patterson
girl.
just chimed in and she's like, yes, I did. There's nothing wrong with admitting where our stories lie. It frees us of that.
That's what we do. We tell you the stories I've had about being a fat guy and money in our relationship because we want you to feel comfortable being vulnerable too. When we're vulnerable, we hope it allows you to feel safe in your own vulnerability.
Absolutely.
So like, although I will confront people who claim they're I'm always happy every single day. But really, are you really? But if you become vulnerable and say, you know what, I had that story, then I'll be like, give me a hug. Because you know what? You just took another step to making this all better.
Yeah.
And good for you. And we have a lot of people,
Yeah, we have a lot of people.
Right on. What are you laughing at?
Because you did really.
Really?
And we're going to tell that story tomorrow.
We'll tell that in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Okay, number
Let's
two.
go. Number two. 3
things you have in common with every millionaire and how to use these three things to create more health and wellness and happiness. Fuck. I'm all over the place. First of all, number 1, silver spoon. Remove the story from yourself.
Yes.
They were not born with better luck or better chances than you. That's number 1. Number 2, I was chagrined.
This one really blew me away.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was ridden hard and put away wet. I was so shocked.
That's what she said. Wow.
So shocked.
Do it one more time.
So shocked. When this one happened last week in Arizona. We are sitting with a room full of bazillionaires.
Yeah.
Okay? And on day 2 of this event, we're doing these, like, we have a binder. They have tools in the binder. Take this tool out and write this one down, and here, fill this sheet out. On day 2 of this event, Joe says, all right, everybody take out their fun time tool. And I'm thinking, like, is there a dildo in there somewhere? Like, what are we talking about here? So I go through my binder, and I see a piece of paper that says fun time tool. So
Sorry, can you say it one more time? What is it?
fun time tool.
Okay.
So I take it out and I look at it and I'm like, oh my God. These questions are like, how do you have fun?
Yep.
When's the last time you had fun?
Yep.
What would you like to do to make sure you have more fun?
And what's your strategy and plan to make that
What's your
happen?
strategy to have more fun in the next 6 months? And I looked at the tool. As everybody's heads went down to write, oh, fuck, this is good. And me and Carrie looked at each other and we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was a really big eye opener for us.
Can I just get to the point on
of
that?
course, yeah.
You know what most people think? Rich people have lots of leisure time and so buy boats and race cars and lots of fancy things and have fun all the time.
I was going to say they sit on their yacht.
These
That's
pe-
exactly what I was going to say.
These people work too much. They don't have enough fun. Now, before anybody chimes in, aha, I told you so, they have lots of problems. Can I break it to you? You don't have enough fun either.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Absolutely.
That's why this is a common thread.
I couldn't agree more.
You don't have enough, because when Joe saw us not writing things down, at the front of the room, when everybody was done writing down how they're going to have more fun, and I'm not making fun of it, because these are friends of ours who were like in tears because they realized they don't have fun.
Yeah.
Joe said to us, he goes, hey, Carrie, Brian, like, you guys didn't write anything down. Like, what's your fun? And we're like, every fucking day. What do you mean, where's my fun?
Yeah.
I pretend I'm a dog. I dance with my daughter. I have sex with my wife. I do Brian and Carrie in the morning. I go to the gym. I don't know. It's fucking all fun.
Oh.
I did that on purpose. That was a purposeful thing.
Wait. Oh. Because they're calling for it. The crew is calling for it.
Are they really?
Mic drop! Okay. So I'm going to add to this, okay? Because this one is one that, like, I have to tell you, this was probably one of my biggest takeaways from the weekend.
Me too.
And so, like, so if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, Carrie and Brian, that sounds a little bit cynical. Just in case you think this is cynicism, it's not, okay? For me, I want to tell you what the big awareness point for me was, okay? I recognize that one of the things that Brian and I did, okay, so wait, no, let me backtrack. Let me start here. I did end up filling in my fun time tool. You want to know what I filled it in with? my daily schedule.
Yeah, I wrote down every damn day.
I was like, I wake up and I do mindset work with Brian, and then I wake up the kids, and then I this and that. Like, I literally, and I actually scanned my mind, because I think there's value in being open and assessing, like, is there anything that I can augment or whatever. But like, I literally couldn't find one thing in my day that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And so I found that just unbelievably eye-opening, and I thought to myself, like, what did we do? Okay, so what did we do to bring this into our life, that we're sitting here in a room and we're like, our whole day is fun. What did we do?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what we did. I realized that we reverse engineered.
That's right.
Okay, we put a massive priority on. Still laugh at me because I just remembered the priorities. Don't stop laughing.
We put a massive priority on fun.
I'm preaching now. Preach. We put a massive priority on making sure that every part of our day felt good.
Yes.
And so
100%.
this did not happen overnight.
No.
And this did not happen by magic.
Right.
This happened by making a decision to make our entire day feel good.
Yeah.
And something that we enjoyed, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a major eye opener.
Yes.
And I agree with you. You need to be having fun in your life. Everything should be fun.
Everything should be
and
elf.
it can be.
Everything should be elf.
Yes.
Easy, lucrative, fun. Lucrative being a context of currency that could mean just fulfilling.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be money based.
Yeah.
Everything should be elf.
Exactly.
Right. And I want to speak to that for a second, because people, we're good business owners. We know how to explain our show. We know how to explain our crew and what we do, and we help people eliminate their limits and blah, 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 blah. Fucking whatever. So, but you know what we really do? I think we provide an hour of fucking fun.
I agree.
That's what we do.
We are.
Am I wrong?
Do you think we're fun?
Crew Nation, am I wrong? Like, that's what we do. We provide an hour of fun and good times. It's like with a master of ceremonies, because without Lee Patterson making awesome comments, it's not as fun.
Of course.
Without Lisa Arsenault and LC and Chris Mahone Johnson and Billy Reuter and Brian Sackowitz and Mom and Papa Drops and everybody out there, without you guys, it's not fun.
Yep.
So we are the master of ceremonies for fucking fun. You can say that to a business group because you're like, oh, I don't get that. What's your fucking return of investment? My return of investment is go fuck yourself. That's my return of investment. But you know, what do you do, Brian and Carrie? We host fun.
I love that. And
we host fun.
LC just said educational fun.
Right.
Fun with life-changing lessons.
That's it.
Fun ductation.
Yes, fundication.
Fundication. I love ductation. You guys are awesome. Turning ordinary activities into extraordinary experiences.
Right.
You guys are fun with high energy. You guys are the best.
God, I love my crew.
And I wanted to say something. Share Captain Brian Sackowitz.
Yes.
Could you please give us our share count and see where we're at?
I'd like that as well. And while he's collecting that, I just want to say Carl McPhee, whose twin daughters, Haley and Kira, are watching right now. Haley and Kira say you guys are fun.
Big shout out
from
to
the
Harry.
mouth of babes that every 40-plus-year-old on the planet thinks we're high energy and fun. I can give a fuck about that. A couple of 12-year-olds watch us because we're fun. That's where it's at.
I love it.
Can I also say one more thing about that?
You may.
Come 2019, what you guys don't know yet is that we are going to do Brian and Carrie in the Morning live.
Yes.
On the road around the world.
Yes, we are.
We're going to do 4 to 6, maybe 8 actual live events.
I can't
all over North America, Europe, and Australia in about 2 years from now. But you know what we've already decided? Bring your fucking kids.
Yeah, because crew kids are matter.
Crew kids matter. This is going to be a family thing.
Yep.
And y'all know now that I swear, so what the fuck? Who cares?
Yep. The
Right?
kids are pretty used to it.
They are.
Taylor yesterday, Lisa Arsenault yesterday commented that Taylor was blushing when we were talking about making love. Ain't nothing wrong with making love, people.
Oh, love is where it's at. Yes,
so-
Dr. Ann Shiva says very cool.
Who wants to hear? I think our share captain's gone, by the way.
Yeah.
Who wants to?
Can I nominate an alternate share
Yeah,
captain? Lee Patterson.
We're going to.
Oh, Kaylin Graham just has 61 shares. Good job, crew. Let's get 70 out there.
Y'all are great. Who wants to hear?
I just hiccuped and burped at the same time. 9 more shares.
Who wants to hear number 3? Would you like to hear number 3? I want to hear number 3.
Let's do a cascade of hearts.
Cascade.
Yeah, do you know why your kids swear as well, Diana? Because you live in Europe, where people are way less high-strung.
Swearing is, yeah.
My dad is from Italy, my mom is from Ireland, and they'll tell you that kids grow up swearing. Nobody thinks anything of
The
it.
same thing in Denmark.
And they grow up drinking alcohol, and nobody thinks anything of it
Yeah.
as well. That's why it's like so much more placid there. Is
Three,
placid
three,
the right
three.
word?
Yeah.
Was it placid?
Placid. Like, it's like,
Eh.
meh. That was automatopoetically accurate. Is that right?
Well done
Automatic.
on the words.
Does anybody know what I can't fucking say it again. Automatopoeia means?
Who knows?
I learned that from West Wing.
That's a great TV show.
Oh my god, we got distracted. Let's come on back. Bring it back.
Cynthia Goldman, the title for number 2 was Fun Time Tool.
Hashtag Fun Time Tools. Everybody was hashtagging
Yes,
it.
perfect. Now here's number 3, okay? You know what millionaires have that you don't think they have, or you might not think they have, but you have as well? It's one of the most common threads you guys all share.
What do they have, Brian?
Well, Carrie,
I'd like to know.
what they have.
What do they have, Brian?
Am I doing the Vaseline smile? If I was like a motivational speaker like from the 1950s, that's what I'd do. You can do anything you put your mind to. Was that good?
That was weird. Don't ever do that again.
What do you mean? That was like authentic shit.
We want to know number 3 now.
Oh, my bad. Okay, number 3. You share it with everybody at that level of money. Ready? They're afraid.
Yes.
They're afraid. The difference might be that where their fears lie, your fears don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they have more advanced fears, and some of their fears are actually way, way, way more gripping than yours. For example, we sat with people who are deathly afraid because they're going on the Oprah Winfrey Show as guests in 2 weeks. And taking that step, that vulnerable, naked step, holy fuck, I'm going to be on stage with Oprah Winfrey talking about my expertise. I'm going to feel vulnerable and naked. What if everyone says that I suck? At that level, 4 million people could call me out on being a fraud, and oh my God, I'm so afraid.
Yep.
But so are you.
Yep.
So are you about writing a blog post, putting yourself out there on social media, taking the dream that's in your heart and actually walking a step towards it. You're afraid as well, but so are they.
Yep. Absolutely.
Everybody's afraid of the next step.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid of the unknown. Everybody's afraid of what they don't know. Everybody's afraid of the next cliff dive. We're all afraid. The difference between them and everybody else is that they keep walking. That's the only difference. And why do they keep walking? What's the fundamental difference? Up here. Yeah. It's mindset, right? Look at how to become successful is everywhere out there in the world. What Brian and Carrie in the morning is this. Success is out there. How to become successful is out there. But real success is up here.
Yeah.
It's between the ears.
Completely.
And that's the one difference, but the commonality is impressively spot on.
Yeah.
Everybody's afraid.
Yes.
Everybody's afraid.
Yeah. You know, this is first. Yes. No. Okay. Wait, let me go here first.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to say is an absolute big fat yes to that. And I don't know if you guys caught yesterday. I posted up a quote by the wonderful Seth Godin, which speaks to the way we live our life.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't matter what you do with the fear. Or no, don't. It's not what you do with the fear. It's that you dance with it.
That's right.
Right.
Exactly.
So, and I think that's so important because, like, I think we all as human beings try to get rid of the fear.
Yes.
You know, we think that it's somehow going to break us. We're going to die from fear.
Absolutely.
Right? And if we learn how to embrace it, how to understand it, how to dance with it, as Seth Godin puts, what we're able to do is to push past those limits that we're afraid of and jump over the wall
100%.
And keep on going, right?
Absolutely.
And, you know, one of the things that I found so interesting about this one, as I was listening to the whole process of people sharing their experiences with this, is that, like, you know, what I'm afraid of is not what, you know, Joe Polish or Paul Cooligan or Jim Quick or all these other people are afraid of.
100%.
And when I hear them say, like, you know, oh, you know, like, I knew that there were some people who were nervous about speaking.
Yes.
Okay. And they were telling me that they were nervous about speaking at the event. And me, I'm like kind of scratching my head because I can't relate because I don't get nervous speaking, right?
Exactly.
But when you take that and flip it around, you realize that we're all afraid of something. It's not that we're afraid, it's what we do with it, right?
100%,
So
yes.
that's my 2 cents on that. I think it's
Absolutely.
such a powerful message.
I want to speak to a couple of comments. Christine Batista, I'm afraid of dating, peeling back those layers. What a beautiful, vulnerable thing to say. Lisa Arsenault, for me right now, wins comment of the day. And I'm going to tell you why. She is speaking the language that so many people on this show right now can relate to, even if they don't want to admit it or admit it to themselves. This is vulnerability. If I fed my dreams as much as I fed my fears, I'd already be a bazillionaire.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That walks us back to the beginning of this show when everybody, well, not everybody, but some people were jumping up and down on millionaires. Oh, they got more problems. Oh, people will ask them for money. That is exactly the point. Completely. If you fed your dreams more than you feed your fears or your stories, you'd already be a gazillionaire. Yeah. And that's the point. And that, by the way, is what changed for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't get more skills as it relates to making money.
Exactly.
We stopped feeding our fears and our stories about what having money meant.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And that's
a mic fucking drop.
Oh, I wasn't ready for it. Wait. Hold on. Because it's so much fun. It's so entertaining to try and do this with everybody watching.
Right.
Hold on. There we go. Because we flow with it, baby.
Yes.
Mic drop. I want to add to that.
Yes, of course.
But I can't remember because I mic dropped.
Oh,
hold on. If we fed our fears as much. What was the last thing you said?
We'd be bazillionaire? Our fears and our stories. Feed our dreams as much as we feed our fears and stories.
Something about Lisa. I can't remember. Hold on.
Damn it.
Y'all just keep going. Keep the conversation going, Brian.
Well, let me tell you, Carrie Campbell, PTZ Optics has recently nominated you as the best female host of a live stream on the planet.
Who can't remember her lines?
Who cares? Fuck lines.
I don't have lines.
We don't have lines.
I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, no, I do. And it was really, it was really important what I was going to say. Because I was going to loop that all back around to say, you're going to laugh, that if you want to know how we did that, how did we stop feeding our fears? And everybody who's done this already or is doing this currently can chime in. Well, we created the Brian and Carrie Journal with the 4 tools that are our foundation for everything in life to get rid of the fears and imagine a different outcome.
Just because we don't talk about it every single day doesn't mean it's not the answer. It is the answer. Yeah. Can I tell you something else? Can I tell you about exactly that? I made a mention of this yesterday casually, but I think expanding on it now is actually worthwhile. Do you know that every single one of those bazillionaires got a copy of our journal? Yeah. Every single one of them got a copy of our journal. Half of them asked us to sign their copy because they were so blown away by the power and the simplicity of it. And of these bazillionaires, 4, 5, 6 of them came up to us after day one and said, I'm emotional. I'm going to stop myself from crying right now because I did day one of your journal and I feel the fears. I feel my stories. I feel my limits. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the tool to break away from that, eliminate those limits. Yeah. Do you see how common the ground is there?
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
Absolutely. Ooh. Well, I'm just going to say this, okay? Christine Basisa just said, my bags are packed for the retreat. And that's my bonus number 4, okay? Christine Basista is coming to a retreat. I can't wait to hug her. I'm making you meatballs. Woohoo! Because she liked my meatballs a lot last time.
Meatballs at the retreat, people!
Can I tell you one of the things that I realized in the shower this morning that we'd be doing a disservice if we did not isolate this difference? Okay? Here it is. And I'm going to preface by saying this. Are you ready, Crew Nation? You can take this as a call to action if you want to. I'm not using it as one, but help yourself. You can take this as Brian and Carrie are now trying to sell you something if you want. But that's not the way we're saying this. We're saying this as a factual reality. Okay? You know what those gazillionaires do that most people don't? They invest in themselves. That's what they do. Yeah. They invest in learning how to make money. They invest in coaches to help them remove the limits for why they aren't. They invest. Joe Polish had no money when he started investing in himself to learn how to make more cash. Yep. That is the point. We don't sit on Brian and Carrie every single day, or any day for that matter, and pound our fists saying buy our stuff. We just deliver epic free shit all the time. But I want you to look at this for a second and say, maybe it's time to invest in something. Yeah. Maybe it's time to say, okay, look, this is fucking amazing, but now I want to drink that Kool-Aid a little bit. Yes. Come to a retreat. Go to achievethegolsyouset.com and grab the program.
Can you repeat that? Because a couple people just asked the link, the URL.
Achievethegolsyouset.com. Yeah. Private message us because we don't disclose all of the services we have every day on Brian and Carrie in the morning. private message us and just say, you know what? I have no attachment. And I'm going to be honest. I have a fear right now in sending you this message. Because you know what? We know you're afraid to send the message because you're taking a step towards releasing some of your money. Right. You're taking a step towards healing some of your stories and eliminating the limits. And there's a lot of fear wrapped around that. But we're telling you right now, we don't have any degree of attachment. Send us a message and say, I want something. I just don't know what it is. Let us talk you through the ideas and the options. Yeah. And in the end, we'll be the first ones to say, you know what? I don't know if this is for you if we don't think it's for you.
Right. Yeah.
Have we not built enough trust equity yet for you to know we'd never sell people on shit we don't believe in or think is worth them? Yeah. So send the message. Right. Send the message to us.
You know,
we have 2 retreats coming up in October, as an example.
I have a bunch that I want to say. The first thing I want to say is welcome Suzanne Peterson and Nicole Pagani, who I believe this is your first time on the show.
On.
I wanted to welcome you. Nicole, I'm going to get to your question at the end of the show, or a little bit later on. But, you know, so we actually get this message. We get this type of message all the time, okay? And you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The number of times I've gotten a message from someone who says, I'm trying to buy something from you guys, and I don't know where to find anything.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing online. I can't find anything. Like, I want information about your retreats. I want information about this. You know, obviously we have the AchieveTheGoalsYouSet.com available now, but I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And so it just actually happened yesterday. They were like, tell me where to buy your stuff or experience you guys. Yeah. And so I love that this conversation came up right now.
Yeah.
Because I think there's such a value in us sharing. And we really, you know, we invite you to message us because we want to be able to have a conversation with you.
I agree.
We want to be able to do it through a connection point.
Sure.
And yeah, so that's, I just want to add
I want to add something here. Elsie Lonas, what a beautiful comment. Dude, I've been struggling with sending you guys a message for weeks now. No fear of money, fear of vulnerability.
Yeah.
I just want to hug you. I want to make it so you know it's safe with us. So, brother, if you could send that message, it will be received with open arms and open hearts.
Yeah.
And I want to add one more thing, because a lot of the story that gets wrapped up in the whole money thing is this. Yeah, but millionaires invest in themselves. I get that. Okay, but they have lots of money to invest. Okay, so I want to point this out. One of Joe Polish's programs that you can invest in is legitimately called the 100K group.
Right.
It costs $100,000 to join the group. Then you have to actually go to Arizona 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Which, if you're not in California or Arizona, that's a long way.
Yes.
And an expensive flight and hotels. Okay? So you're thinking to yourself, well, yeah, I wish I could invest $100,000. But think about the proportionals. Okay? If you make, let's just pretend for argument's sake, $40,000 a year, $4,000 is about 10% of that.
Yeah.
If you make $1 million a year, $100,000 is about 10% of that.
Right.
See my point? That's my point. Most of the people watching us right now cannot afford legitimately the $100,000 group because they don't have that money. But what they don't recognize is that's 10% of what most of these people are making.
Yes.
So don't look at it as you have no money to invest. Look at it as a percentage.
Yeah.
We all are afraid of parting with money at a certain point until you realize something. We have invested $152.
Yeah, in the last 12 months.
$152,000 we have invested out of pocket in the last 12 months in programs and coaches and consultants. You know what we realized? Our worth and our ability to provide you value and our finances are a direct proportion to that investment.
Absolutely.
And we did not know that until we started investing in ourselves.
Absolutely. And the first one was the most challenging for
us.
But once we dove off, it was really rather simple after that. It's the first step. You know, we've talked about it before. The first step is the scariest. So Elsie, by putting here saying like, I've been hesitant to send you a message.
Yeah.
That is the first step.
It is.
Because now Elsie's going to send a message. We all know right now. So just take that first step.
And Lee Patterson, my heart
right?
loves you so much. Send the message. I did it and it saved my life. I have so much love for her.
I do as well.
It's crazy. So those are the 3 things with a bonus of 4.
I love it. Can we do da?
Comment of the day.
Yes. You know what? I've just decided that this is our show and we're going to make the rules.
I'm banging the desk here.
I have 3 comments of the day. Okay?
All right. Yes.
First comment of the day, and I won't be able to quote it verbatim at this moment, goes to Tiffany Maxim, because one of her friends asked her, why do you share that live stream so many times in the same day?
Yes.
And Tiffany's comment to her was, watch the show and you'll find out. That's a good comment.
A fucking good comment.
Boom
well
to that.
done. Damn.
Second comment of the day goes to Lisa Arsenault. Because if I fed my dreams as much as I fed my fears, I would already be a bazillionaire. That is just
killer comment.
Massive. And then the final comment of the day was a funny one that I cracked up. It was Kristen Mahone Johnson. She said, she went.
She's funny.
She goes, I'll take. Oh wait, what is it? She goes, you were talking about some. Oh, she goes, I'll take bad accents for $100, please, because you were doing your whatever motivational speaker accent.
Which one? This one?
Oh,
all you must do is think positively.
And on that note, let me just wrap up.
That was my 1950s
I know,
motivational
but I promised Nicole I was going to answer her question. I want to make sure I answer her question.
Yes.
Nicole asked a question. She goes, what do you do if you're working in a workplace and an environment that's very toxic, essentially? How do you bring the fun into that environment? And really, I want to say it's a simple answer, and the practicality is really what matters, and where you're sitting with yourself, Nicole. Because for me, you are the answer.
Yep.
You bring the energy. So the way that you walk in to your environment, the smile on your face, the energy you exchange, if you can create this kind of impenetrable wall around you of letting their shit in, you can exude that energy, that fun, that excitement, and it's amazing how contagious that is.
I agree.
So that I just wanted to address that.
The answer is always you.
Yeah.
Every single
always.
time. I love that Cecily Casey just comments Alex Trebek.
I know, right?
From Jeopardy. That's just a classic comment.
Isn't
right
that?
There. Crew, I love you all so much, and I'd like to finish the show by saying this. PTZ Optics has nominated our own Carrie Campbell as best female host of a live stream anywhere on the planet. And starting the next couple of days, we're going to show you where and how you can vote to make sure she's the winner. Because that is well deserved.
That all three of us.
All three of us. Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Fantastic.
See y'all tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Mwah.
Mwah.